Yeah.
I guess, what do you feel like maybe you were able to show then? Maybe kind of being the two guys getting most of those one reps.
I'll say we was able to show like we can actually go out there and do it, because I mean we had this problem last year. You know, whenever Chase Brown was leaving, and we had some more bats coming to the scenery too. I feel like that's kind of all the same.
Today was the first time we've seen Melvin Priestley like in a game-like setting. Has he always been able to move like that? It looks like, I mean, he's a big guy, but he moves really, really well.
Yeah, man, y'all just said that on the field. Mel be running with us dang near whenever we on the line out there running up and down the field. He be out there with us. He can move.
Appreciate you, Josh.
Was there an extra emphasis this spring on just getting physical and running the ball? Like we talked to Coach Barry about, we have to be able to run the ball better than we did last year. Maybe it's not a fair question for you because you were out a lot, but
yeah. But I feel like in this scheme right now, I mean, that's kind of like what we do. I mean, to be able to win games, you got to run the ball, stop the run, and being able to go down there and cover kicks. So I really feel like just being able to do them type of three things, you'll get the results.
We had heard there was a major emphasis on pass protection with your group, especially with you and Aiden. How has that gone over 15 practices?
I would definitely say we definitely grew in pass protection. We definitely grew in pass protection over this whole spring with Coach Ward. Because Coach Ward, I mean, he's a very detailed coach. It's all about the details, just the little things. I mean, if he sees something in your game, he's going to help you fix that, but it's all about the details.
Safe to say you maybe started at the bottom and got a little better in the spring.
Yeah, I'll definitely say I definitely did learn a lot this spring than I did the other spring.
What is I've asked, Coach that, but like, what's the concept for you? What when you're talking about pass protection in your position, like, what is the most important thing?
Just saying I 1 to 2, man. I mean, just hearing the ID from the center. Because, I mean, some games he's just going to be able to point because, loud games you can't really hear, so you got to go off the point. And then you just got to know your rules and principles. And Coach Ward, he really harps a lot about that. And I feel like he's going to always just get us right during that game week.
Apologize, I'll end with this. I know you've been asked this probably, but to get through another year healthy or to get through a year healthy, what would that do for you, just from a confidence standpoint?
From a confidence standpoint, I mean, I feel like just taking care of my body way more, and I feel like I've definitely been on top of that in the training room and also just in the chambers. I mean, chambers, that's a new thing that we just got here. And then hot tub and cold tub contrast, just a little simple things.
But what would just being able to maybe get through 13 games healthy, what could you think you could do if that were the case? Because it hasn't happened, unfortunately. You've had some bad luck here.
Yeah. I don't really say bad luck, though.
Okay.
But I'll say I definitely did have some little adversity here and there. But I feel like a 13-season game, like you just said, 13-game season, I feel like that'll do a lot for me and really just put me out there on top.
How would you describe? You mentioned it. How would you describe the adversity? Have you grown? How have you grown from that? How have you grown from that kind of adversity that you've kind of dealt with the last few years?
Man, I'll definitely say dealing with a knee, like me never being hurt to just like coming into college and then picking up like some major injuries. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's not the goal that you want whenever you first come into college. But I feel like I definitely grew a lot, like mentally, not just physically, about certain situations like that.
Miles, how would you describe these 15 practices for the secondary and how critical they were? Granted, how Coach Henry's back there, but you guys are even gonna have a new position coach by the time we talk again.
It was great. I'm just glad that we were all able to grow together. You know what I'm saying? I know that we lost some guys, but that definitely made us closer. Helped us understand we all we got, we all we need, type deal. So it was good. These 15 practices were well worth it.
Did you find it to be a rallying factor of Coach Henry's talked about discussing the failures of 2023 and getting them corrected? Did you guys feel like you needed to rally? Because it's kind of the same guys that are going to be back in 2024 that are going to make it work. You know what I mean?
And I feel like that's the advantage we have. We were able to go through that together. We were able to fail together. So that only made us closer. You know what I'm saying? So now we're able to have those reps under our belt from last year and be able to come in this year and do something way better.
I would say we definitely had.
I know you don't like to see anybody out with injuries, but with those guys sidelined, was it an opportunity for some guys to get more reps in the spring and improve?
Definitely, and that's even though you don't want to see guys injured, it's a great thing that the younger guys are able to get more reps. You know what I'm saying? Because they need to get out there and feel it. It's one thing just getting mental reps and just seeing things happen, but once you're actually out there and you're in it, like you start to understand like it's not as easy as it may look just watching it. You know what I'm saying? So it's great that those young guys are able to get reps.
How have some of those guys stepped up? Guys like maybe Jaheim Clark or Sabu or guys like that. How do you think they've stepped up?
Very well. Those guys aren't scared of nothing, even though they're freshmen and they're young, but like they ain't scared of nothing, and that's what makes them good. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see what they're gonna bring in the future.
Does being in year 2 of Aaron's system help you specifically and kind of understand this is what the call is, this is what they're asking me to do? Because everything seemed to be new last year, you know?
Yeah, now like I didn't have all them reps at free, and now I'm playing boundaries. So like, I mean, just certain mistakes that I was making last year, they don't happen no more because I understand what I'm getting. I understand certain formations. I understand down and distance. Like, the more experience you get with something, the better you're gonna get at it. So I'm happy like where I'm at right now, but I'm never comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Seemed like you were in the backfield an awful lot today. How do you evaluate, your 15th practice and your spring game today?
Well, between practice, you start to learn the offense, so you know when it's a play.
So you were
action.
cheating. That's
not
basically
cheating, but you get the feeling as a play action when it comes.
I feel like defensively, you guys took a step forward with or accomplished this spring.
I think definitely, like the younger guys, the older guys, I think everyone got better this spring.
I guess for your position, given the new coach hired like 3 days before spring ball starts, just what was that process of getting to know him, maybe kind of figure out what he likes, what he's trying to do with you guys?
Well, since I've been here, I've had 5 different coaches, so like it's always that you get to learn people, get to know people all the time, but in the end, it always turns out to be a good thing.
What's he done for you guys?
I think he's helped us pay attention to the details, like when it comes to watching more film, seeing like what the offense gives us, so we can play faster and play better.
Just defensive front, you guys, defensive line, like what have you seen from that collective this spring and what you guys have been able to do?
Oh, they've been on fire the whole spring, I think. I mean, they get back there so fast. It's like we're just racing to the quarterback, so I think we've done a great job in that.
Have you noticed Clint maybe being a little bit more of a calmer teacher? Coach B kind of mentioned of the outside linebacker coach he's hired, he's kind of maybe the most calm.
Yeah, I think off the field he's really calm. Like he's a really calm dude. But when you're on the field, like he brings that energy. Like he gets us excited to play the game. So
is it easy to learn from somebody like that in a sense that you don't know somebody like when you start camp, and it seemed like you guys have really kind of gotten attached to him?
I think it's what's just different between each player. Like some people like a different coaching style, like teaching like that way, but like it doesn't matter to me. Like I enjoy how he coaches me, and I've enjoyed it so far.
Seems like Daniel Brown has moved around a little bit, sometimes at will, sometimes outside. What's he add as an edge rusher?
He's an athletic freak, I'd say. Like he's big, he's fast. Like as an edge rusher, he gets around the edge so fast. So I think he's going to be great this year for us.
I mean, you had a really good second half of last season. How do you just keep building off of that part?
A better start, really, just a better start. Playing better sooner than later.
Freshman Joe Barner, like we haven't seen him before. It looks like he's kind of a big guy. And you're like, what have you thought of him?
I think he just brings that Gabe-esque too. Like he's a big guy. Like he's just a bruiser, and like he just brings that power and that violence to his game.
What does year 2 and Coach Henry's system kind of help? How does that help you? Have you noticed your confidence is more because you understand what's going on?
Yeah, I think as a whole, like we've started to learn each other and like learn what it takes to win. And I think that like with year 2, I think we're going to be better, bigger and better,